before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kakodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders in great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim. As I push this word of truth in all sincerity. Shalom. Shalom to the sincere sisters as well. Back again with a quick one. I'm going to use this time to be spiritually productive, you know. But as you can see from the title of this video and the thumbnail, I saw this post earlier on IG dealing with basically the amount of bodies that have been dropped since this whole Gaza-Israel conflict has started. I believe it started around, I want to say October the 6th, October the 7th, right? I want to say the 7th, I believe. I could be wrong, you know, but give or take somewhere in there. It's been 100+ days since that conflict started. And as you can see from the post, roughly they're saying about 25,000 Palestinians have lost their life, which basically breaks down to roughly every day 250, give or take on average, are getting their nose wiped. Now I gotta watch my words, you know, but if you're not familiar with the lingo, you know, when somebody say they wiping noses, I mean somebody got laid down, okay? You gotta, you know, you can't just be all, I'm not Fred Blankenship with the local news, Fox 11 and shit like that. So, you know, we gotta be mindful of the words we use, the AI and shit like that. But that's 250 people. All those aren't soldiers. All those aren't, you know, rebels. A lot of that is civilians, little kids, women, right? Old people, you know. What was that? Thanksgiving, they had a ceasefire, right? And as soon as they picked back up, they continued to drop bodies. All right. So, you know, as I'm looking at this, you know, see, it started out with this conflict where you know, think about how are the rulers, so are the people. Because really, all of you, you know, especially the people of our nation, y'all really got Amalek demons on you. You know, especially the women. The nigga woman has big boy Amalek. The black, really the nigga woman really is a little hat. She might as well have a big nose and a yarmulke on. Why? Because they're the only people that can legitimately be the aggressor and the victim. You know how crazy that is? Think about that. And every man, especially if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, and you deal with women, you understand that very well. A woman knows how to be the bully and victim at the same goddamn time. And you be perplexed, like, I don't even know how to deal with this shit. That's Esau. That's why we really got to wait upon the Lord, and sit back and watch as well as pray. Because when you look at what's going on, how many little hats have lost that? What's the body count on the little hats? They've lost 25,000 people during this time, 100-day period. You know? But I want to touch on the scripture. I'm driving, of course, but Isaiah the 2nd chapter. And that's, you know, like I said, you know, look it up yourself, or, you know, if somebody want to post it, they can. But Isaiah the 2nd chapter goes into the fact that basically in that day, right, that the Lord would establish Israel to be the top nation, and that everybody would flow onto it, and basically say, teach us your ways, right? Show me anybody out here. These little hats, they're not open to nobody. If that was the case, then would what's happening over there be happening? Because see, the scripture, that same scripture, Isaiah the 2nd chapter, which they love to quote and deal with, which I didn't know the little hats even dealt with, the Tanakh, they were only Torah based, but hey, you live and learn. You know, you got this Benny, or whatever is Benny, you know, talking shit about the fact of, you know, quoting Isaiah, 1 Samuel, dealing with the Amalek. It's like, I thought y'all only dealt with the Torah. I thought that's what y'all only dealt with. But y'all don't even deal with that. But back to the Isaiah the 2nd chapter, it speaks about that all the weapons of war should be beat into farm instruments, right? Your spears shall be beaten to plowshares, right? That's not what's happening. All right, they're gearing up for more. Every time they take a step closer and closer to war, it just only further proves the point that these aren't the people. Think about that. That's why really all we got to do is sit back and watch, man. Remember, these are the same people whose history is that they try to suppress and keep away from the general public, that they've been being pushed. Every land that they've ever been in, they've been being pushed out of it for the last hundreds of years. Prior to 1948, they've been being kicked out of every land that they're in. But now all of a sudden it benefits the powers that be to play in the hand of choosing, of saying that they are the self-proclaimed chosen. Well, we're not self-proclaimed. We are stamped, sealed, and certified by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who is the true power of the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand that. We're not self-proclaimed. They're self-proclaimed. And that's why every step that they're doing is showing you niggas are imposters. Right? Think about Jerusalem. Right? Jerusalem, which is Harashalom, all right, in the Hebrew, which means city of peace. That's what Jerusalem means. There's nothing peaceful about these people, let alone how they're dealing in the world. Here it is, everybody in the world, right, in different councils, has called for them to cease fire. Right? What's another term for ceasefire? Peace. And what they say? Fuck no. Because there's no peace in them. Scriptures say their words are as smooth as butter. That's that ability to play the victim. That's smooth. But war was in their heart. They don't think that all they know is war. You know how much, like a brother made a point, we were talking amongst ourselves in our groups. You know how much ammunition goes into bombing the hell out of a nation or a place for 100 days straight? Think about that. That's a lot of ammunition. That's a lot with the mind frame of starting more conflicts, because there are war people. That's why I said it's important to know these words. Jerusalem literally means city of peace. Ain't no peace over there. Because the people over there, there's no peace within the spirit of those people. Them people don't want peace. They want what's the word? They want complete, utter chaos and conflict and war, so they can, in their mind, step up and take over. That's not a mind of peace, a people of peace. See, even with us, we do our best to keep the peace. The scriptures say, if it be impossible, be at peace with all men. We understand that. Even though we understand that great tribulation and conflict and war is coming, but it's not coming by our hands. It's coming by the spirit and the prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So again, the scriptures say that vengeance is the Lord's. We're not avenging ourselves. I guess they missed those scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But these are the people that in the minds of everybody, see, these are God's people. We're Gentiles. We're Gentiles and they're God's chosen people. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. They're God's chosen people to be the devil. That's what they are. They're the chief house of Satan. And we don't got to prove it to you. Like I said, this is just a lesson. I saw that post and I was like, man, that's a lot of bodies. But then leave it to these people. They'll paint and talk, black people are 10% of the population, but commit murder. How's that the case? Look at this shit. That's why, and again, even so, people try not to categorize them little hats as so-called white people. When they are. Technically speaking, they're the ultimate white people. All right? Which again, there is no such thing as white people. All right? But they try to distinguish themselves as if they're not as like these American white people, French white people. You know, you're all Edomites. All right? And you were blessed with a sword. And clearly Amalek, being the chief of the house of Esau, got a major portion of that sword, because look at what they're doing. They ran straight to the sword, man, and they've been swinging that hoe. That's a lot of blood. That's why the Lord got to come back, and he's going to blow that, and he's going to blow that place up. All right, he's going to, I mean that, he's going to just rip out all of that shit, man, because it's a lot of blood spill, wicked blood spill. Okay? So again, I'm not gonna make this too long either. I just wanted to touch on the fact that, hey, brothers and sisters, just sit back and watch. You know, that's the beautiful thing about showing and proving. You know, think about something as simple as basketball. A nigga, you know, a guy can talk a lot of shit. Man, I'm nice. I'm the best at this shit. Can't nobody see me. Can't nobody touch me. Okay. Then you got to get on that court. And you got to prove that shit. You got to show that niggas can't touch you. Niggas ain't seeing you on this court. That's what you got to do. So just as much as them, they just self-proclaimed and established themselves, you know, going back to 1948, all right, when they were placed in that land, they were put in that land by boat, right? They've just been running with the title of, yeah, we're Israelis, we're God's chosen people, you know. Don't bully us. Anti-Semitic. It's anti-Semitic. Talk about it. We're watching you. Rhetoric that comes out of, or dogma, I should say, that comes out of Christianity, right? That, because what is Christianity based upon? That we're Gentiles, or really Gentiles are you American white people, and that those are the God's chosen people. So people have been running with that for so long and don't question nothing. Yeah, we're Gentiles, we're just happy to be here, right? But like I said, you got to prove it. You can't just say you, like they've been saying this, and we've just got to accept it. Synagogues and all this extra bullshit around the world. You know, you see what happened in New York with that tunnel. And you know, which we don't need to know more of the developments of it. We don't need to know what the hell was exactly going on down there. Niggas was down there looking for Stragoyim. If you're familiar with the strain, you know. It's a good show on the sci-fi channel, Stragoyim, you know, damn vampire. They looking for a vampire coffin down there in that hole. But it's irrelevant to what they were doing. What they were doing was some strange shit. So every time they take a step, the Lord just going, prove it. You said this. You said that these people ain't it. You said that you're the top people. Okay, let's see. And they're going to fail miserably. Remember, brothers and sisters, we already got the victory. We got the victory with our forefather Jacob. When Esau, being the devil that he is, sold his birthright. We've already won. There's nothing he can do to get around that. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit that he's doing on the earth. Changing names, doing a lot of goofy, weird demon shit. It doesn't matter. Okay? We already got the victory. Going back to before, as read Romans what is that? Romans the 9th chapter, I believe. Yeah, Romans 8 or 9. I want to say 9. The Lord said that both children haven't done no evil. Right? But the Lord said what? Jacob I have loved, and Esau I hated. Apostle Paul was quoting that from the book of Malachi. It's an established thing. This isn't something new. So every time they go deeper and deeper into the Bible to deceive you people even more, it's more. That's why, what is that? Psalms, one of my favorite Psalms. What is that? Psalm 7 and 14 through 15-ish. About the fact that they are digging this pit and they're going to fall into the pit themselves. In the story. But they don't touch on the fact of Haman was an Edomite. And Haman, the Edomite, right? It was a Haman. Yeah, it had to have been Haman. If I'm incorrect, Salakia, I get the names. But basically, that Edomite was all about trying to get, was trying to kill off all of Israel even back then. And what happened? He and his sons ended up on those gallows, hung and died, which was a pre-circuit or preview, I should say, to what's to come in these times that we're in. You've never, like I said, Esau, we are the road runner, and Esau is Wile the Coyote. Wile E. Coyote. If you're too young to remember the Looney Tunes, Wile E. Coyote, and the Road Runner, right? The Road Runner, Wile E. Coyote was always obsessed with getting the Road Runner, right? I guess he wanted to eat him or whatever. He was a wolf, basically. A coyote. Coyote ain't nothing but a tinier version of a wolf, right? So here it is. Every episode, the Wile E. Coyote will have all of his goddamn schematics, blueprints, shit like that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And every time he fell victim to his own trap. He lay a trap for it. He do something. He gets punished by it. Okay. So again, we're literally road running. Try your little games, do your things, but I promise you, you're not going to succeed, because thus saith the Lord. And you Palestinians, man, where's Allah? Allah must be somewhere. I guess Allah is with niggas in Chicago coming up with a rap album, because he's letting you niggas he's letting y'all get y'all nose wiped. All of y'all are just over there looking pathetic and disgusted. And I can't wait till Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai clean up shop, man. All right, so with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and close up here. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash. A double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here. Shalom.